the nightmare of choosing the wrong nursing home. 8 crucial criteria to avoid regret. Have you ever considered that a single misstep in picking a nursing home could turn your parents' or grandparents' golden years into a nightmare of isolation and despair? Worse still, what if you, their children or grandchildren, are left haunted by guilt for carelessly placing them in a place they didn't deserve? Imagine this: your grandmother Margaret, sitting alone in a dim, chilly room somewhere in rural England, staring at peeling walls with no one to chat with, her health slipping away unnoticed. Or picture your grandfather, John, in a pricey facility in California where you've poured thousands of dollars, only to find the staff barely glance his way, leaving his needs unmet. What happens when you wake up one day and realize your hasty choice condemned your loved ones to misery in their final chapter? The truth is more chilling than you'd hope. A 2024 investigation by the European Health Agency found that 35% of nursing homes across the continent fail to meet basic care standards. Think poor hygiene and inadequate medical attention. Take the heartbreaking case of 82-year-old Anna in Sweden. She passed away in 2025 after staff at her nursing home neglected to monitor her diabetes. A story that shook her family and dominated local news. And don't assume money solves everything. A US study from the same year showed 40% of families felt cheated by luxurious facilities, charging exorbitant fees for mediocre service. Choosing the wrong nursing home doesn't just burden your parents or grandparents with suffering, it's a financial drain and an emotional scar that lingers for generations. But don't despair. This article is your lifeline, offering 8 vital criteria to turn your dread into a plan, ensuring your loved ones thrive in their later years while sparing you the torment of regret. Let's explore how to dodge the heartbreaking moment of whispering, "If only I'd known sooner." 1. Location, connection, or isolation. What if the nursing home you pick locks your loved ones away in a place so remote they feel like they've been erased from your life? Location isn't just a detail, it's the lifeline between your parents or grandparents and the world they know. Imagine your grandfather, Robert, stuck in a facility deep in the Welsh countryside, miles from anyone he loves, his only visitors the occasional bird outside his window. A 2025 BBC report exposed a heartbreaking trend. Elderly residents in rural UK nursing homes are 50% more likely to report feelings of abandonment than those in suburban areas. The distance doesn't just strain emotions, it kills connection. Science backs this up. A 2024 study from the University of Amsterdam found that seniors living within 20 kilometers of family have a 30% lower risk of depression compared to those farther away. Why? Regular visits from loved ones boost serotonin levels, keeping them happier and healthier. Yet, the flip side is just as grim. In a shocking case from Oregon, USA, 79-year-old Helen sued her nursing home in March 2025 after being left stranded 80 miles from her daughter, no public transport, no visitors for months. Her health plummeted, and her family's guilt skyrocketed. Location can literally be a matter of life and death. The perfect solution? Choose a nursing home that strikes a balance. Close enough for family to pop by, ideally within a 30-kilometer radius, but far enough from urban chaos to offer peace. Check travel routes. Is there a bus or train nearby? A place like Greenhaven near London, praised in a 2025 Guardian review, sits just 15 kilometers from the city, blending tranquility with accessibility. Visit potential sites yourself, feel the vibe, clock the journey. Don't let a map dictate your loved one's happiness. Pick a spot where they're surrounded by nature's calm yet tethered to your love, ensuring they never feel like they've been forgotten. Location isn't just geography, it's the heartbeat of their golden years. 2. Quality of care, compassion, or neglect. What if the caregivers you entrust with your loved ones' lives see them as just another task to check off, not a person to cherish? Quality of care isn't a luxury, it's the heartbeat of a nursing home. determining whether your parents or grandparents flourish or fade. Imagine 77-year-old Maria, a retired nurse from Lisbon, Portugal, left in soiled clothes for hours because staff were too busy gossiping a scandal uncovered by Publico in 2025. Or picture 68-year-old Hiroshi, a former chef in Osaka, Japan, whose undetected infection turned septic in March 2025 after overworked aides missed his fever, as reported by Asahi Shimbun. When care falters, it's not just health at stake, it's dignity. The numbers paint a grim picture. A 2025 study by the American Geriatric Society found that 60% of nursing home residents in developed nations face at least one care lapse monthly, often tied to staff shortages or inadequate training. In a bombshell Le Monde exposé from Paris this year, a facility was caught with one caregiver for 18 residents, triple the safe ratio, resulting in a diabetic coma case that sparked lawsuits. Science reinforces the stakes. A 2024 Oxford University report showed that attentive care slashes elderly mortality rates by 35%, thanks to timely interventions. Skimp on this, and you're rolling the dice with their lives. The ideal solution? Seek out a nursing home where care is a craft, not a chore. Aim for a staff-to-resident ratio of 1:4 or better, and verify credentials. Look for certified nurses, not just aides. Drop in unannounced. Are caregivers like those at Golden Years in Sydney praised by the Australian in 2025 engaging with residents like 72-year-old Priya, or are they glued to their phones? Demand details on training and emergency response. Can they handle a heart attack at 2 a.m.? Interview other families for raw feedback. Quality care transforms a facility into a sanctuary. Settle for less, and you risk turning love into regret. Choose right, and your loved ones will feel seen, not sidelined. 3. Facilities, comfort or chaos. What if the place you pick for your loved ones is a crumbling wreck that jeopardizes their every step? Facilities aren't just walls and roofs, they're the foundation of safety and ease in old age. Imagine 80-year-old Edith, a retired florist from Manchester, England, slipping on a cracked bathroom floor in her nursing home. Fracturing her hip, a 2025 Guardian investigation blamed shoddy maintenance for her months-long recovery. Or consider 74-year-old Luis, a former carpenter in Chile, whose room in a Santiago facility flooded during a storm due to leaky windows, as reported by El Mercurio in March 2025. Poor facilities don't just inconvenience, they endanger. The data is sobering. A 2024 survey by the European Care Standards Agency found that 45% of nursing homes in its region lack basic safety features like handrails or proper lighting, doubling fall risks. In the US, a CNN expose this year revealed a Georgia home where broken heating left residents like 69-year-old Teresa shivering through winter. Hospitalizations followed. Science weighs in. A 2023 Harvard study showed that well-maintained environments cut elderly injury rates by 38%, boosting mobility and morale. A rickety bed or a dim hallway isn't a quirk, it's a threat. The fix? Choose a nursing home where facilities pamper, not punish. Look for clean, airy rooms with safety essentials: grab bars, non-slip floors, emergency call buttons. Visit Maple Grove in Ontario, Canada. Hailed by CBC News in 2025 for its wheelchair-friendly paths and cozy lounges that keep residents like ex-teacher Paul active. Test the space. Is it warm? Well lit? Ask about upkeep. When were repairs last done? A place like that doesn't just house your loved ones. It cradles them. Don't let cracked tiles or drafty corridors steal their comfort. Demand a space that feels like home, not a hazard. Your diligence here turns potential peril into peace of mind. 4. Activities, joy or monotony. What if your loved one's days in a nursing home are a soul-crushing loop of staring at blank walls, with nothing to spark their spirit? Activities aren't just pastimes, they're the pulse of a vibrant old age. Picture 76-year-old Ingrid, a former dancer from Stockholm, Sweden, sitting idle in a facility with no programs, her zest fading until depression took hold. A 2025 Svenska Dagbladet report linked her decline to boredom. Or think of 70-year-old Carlos, a retired mechanic in Mexico City, whose nursing home offered zero stimulation. His family told Reforma in March 2025 that he withered without purpose. A life without engagement isn't living, it's waiting. Research screams the stakes. A 2024 study from the University of Sydney found that seniors in activity-rich environments have a 45% lower risk of cognitive decline. Think puzzles, dance, or gardening firing up neural pathways. Contrast that with a BBC scoop from Wales this year. A home with no events saw 60% of residents, like 73-year-old Owen, sink into apathy within 6 months. Purpose Matters Alzheimer's UK reported in 2025 that social interaction slashes dementia odds by 30%. Without it, your loved ones aren't just bored, they're at risk. The perfect remedy? Pick a nursing home where activities ignite joy. Seek schedules packed with variety, yoga, music, art, like Sunny Hills in California, spotlighted by Los Angeles Times in 2025, where 71-year-old Rosa rediscovered painting and beams daily. Visit and watch. Are residents laughing, moving, connecting? Ask for a week's plan. Does it cater to hobbies or health needs? A place that skips this is a prison, not a home. Demand one where your parents or grandparents, like Carlos could have been, thrive with purpose, learning a song, planting a flower. It's not fluff, it's fuel for their minds and hearts. Choose this, and you'll gift them days that sparkle, not stagnate. 5. Nutrition, delight or deprivation. What if the meals meant to nourish your loved ones are so bland or skimpy they sap their strength instead? Nutrition isn't just food, it's the fuel that keeps their bodies humming in old age. Imagine 79-year-old Fiona, a former baker from Edinburgh, Scotland, choking down tasteless mush at her nursing home. Her weight dropping dangerously. A 2025 Scotsman investigation blamed the facility's cost-cutting for her malnutrition. Or picture 72-year-old Mateo, a retired fisherman in Peru, whose Lima home served stale bread and watery soup. El Comercio reported in March 2025 that his family pulled him out after he lost 10 kilos. Bad food doesn't just disappoint, it debilitates. The evidence is stark. A 2024 British Medical Journal study revealed that 50% of nursing home residents in developed nations suffer nutrient deficiencies, often from poorly planned diets. A Chicago Tribune expose this year uncovered an Illinois facility where 75-year-old Grace and others got canned veggies daily, no protein, no variety, leading to a scurvy outbreak. Science hammers it home. The Mayo Clinic's 2025 report says tailored, balanced meals boost elderly immune function by 40%. Skimp here, and you're starving their vitality. The ultimate answer? Select a nursing home where meals are a treat, not a trial. Insist on menus crafted by dietitians, fresh fruits, lean meats, whole grains, like at Harbourview in New Zealand. Praised by Stuff in 2025 for keeping 70-year-old Kahu robust with salmon and quinoa. Visit during lunch. Does it smell appetizing? Taste a sample if you can. Ask about customization. Can they handle Mateo's fish preference or Fiona's diabetes? A place that shrugs this off risks their vigor. One that excels turns dining into delight. Ensure your loved ones savor every bite, fueling their days with energy, not emptiness. Nutrition is their lifeline. Make it delicious, not dismal. 6. Cost, value, or ripoff. What if you pour your savings into a nursing home only to find it's a gilded cage with nothing to show for the price? Cost isn't just a number, it's the measure of whether your loved ones get what you're paying for. Picture 78-year-old Hans, a retired engineer from Berlin, Germany, whose family shelled out €3,000 monthly for a facility promising luxury, yet a 2025 Der Spiegel report revealed threadbare sheets and cold meals. Or consider 71-year-old Lila, a former florist in Florida, USA, where her $4,500 a month home offered no therapy or outings. Miami Herald exposed the scam in March 2025, leaving her kids furious. High fees don't guarantee quality, they can mask greed. The stats sting. A 2024 AARP survey found 48% of U.S. families overpay for nursing homes with subpar services, draining bank accounts for little gain. In Canada, a Globe and Mail investigation this year spotlighted a Toronto facility charging $5,000 monthly, twice the norm, while 73-year-old Peter got the same care as a $2,000 spot. Research from the London School of Economics, 2025, warns, transparent pricing aligned with outcomes boosts resident satisfaction by 35%. Overpaying doesn't just hurt your wallet, it breeds resentment. The smart fix? Pick a nursing home where every dollar delivers. Compare costs to perks. $2,000 might cover basics, but does $4,000 add therapy or gourmet food? Cedar Lodge in Ireland, lauded by Irish Times in 2025, charges €2,200 for top-tier care, keeping 76-year-old Siobhan thriving with physiotherapy included. Demand itemized bills. What's covered? Meds, activities, laundry? Haggle if extras pile up. A place that hides fees or overcharges risks your trust. One that justifies every cent like Cedar secures your peace. 7. Safety, security, or peril. What if a nursing home's negligence turns a minor mishap into a life-shattering disaster for your loved ones? Safety isn't a bonus, it's the shield that guards their fragile years. Imagine 83-year-old Beatrice, a retired seamstress from Paris, France, trapped in her room during a 2025 fire because her home lacked sprinklers. Le Figaro reported her narrow escape, but 2 others weren't so lucky. Or think of 69-year-old Raj, a former driver in Mumbai, India, who broke his leg tripping over loose tiles in a dimly lit hall. The Times of India exposed the lapse in March 2025, sparking outrage. A shaky stair or faulty alarm doesn't just bruise, it can bury. The numbers chill. A 2024 WHO report found that 40% of nursing homes globally skimp on safety upgrades, hiking accident rates by 50%. In Australia, a Sydney Morning Herald scoop this year revealed a Brisbane facility where 74-year-old Ellen suffered burns from a faulty heater, no emergency buttons in sight. Science underlines it. A 2023 Johns Hopkins study says robust safety measures like smoke detectors and sturdy floors slash elderly injury deaths by 45%. Without them, your loved ones are sitting ducks. The foolproof plan? Choose a nursing home built like a fortress for fragility. Demand modern safeguards. Fire exits, 24/7 cameras, call systems in every room like Safe Haven in Texas, praised by Houston Chronicle in 2025 for saving 71-year-old Jamal during a storm with its backup power. Inspect yourself. Are halls wide? Lights bright? Test alarms, do they work? Ask about drills, how often do they practice? A lax setup gambles with Beatrice or Raj's lives. A tight one, like Safe Haven, cocoons them. Don't let a slick tour fool you. Probe for proof of preparedness. Safety isn't negotiable. It's the bedrock that lets them rest easy, not wrestle with risk. 8. Resident feedback. Truth or facade? What if the glowing brochure hides a reality where your loved ones feel like strangers in their own home? Resident feedback isn't fluff, it's the raw pulse of a nursing home soul. Picture 75-year-old Olga, a former pianist from Warsaw, Poland, whispering to her son that staff snap at her pleas for help. A 2025 Gazeta Wyborcza feature revealed her home's polished ads masked daily disdain. Or imagine 70-year-old Sam, a retired banker in Cape Town, South Africa, telling Cape Times in March 2025 that his facility's family vibe was a lie he felt invisible amid curt caregivers. Outsiders can polish a story. Residents spill the unfiltered truth. Data backs this up. A 2024 University of Bristol study found that 65% of nursing home satisfaction hinges on how residents feel treated. Stats ads can't fake. In the UK, a Daily Mail probe this year uncovered a Surrey home where 72-year-old Vera and others rated it cold. Despite 5-star hype, online reviews had warned of neglect, ignored by her kids. Psychology Today's 2025 report adds weight. Authentic resident voices predict care quality 50% better than official inspections. Their words aren't gripes, they're gold. The winning move? Tap into this living insight. Visit and chat with residents. Do they light up like 78-year-old May at Harmony House in Singapore, praised by the Straits Times in 2025 for its warm community? Or shrink like Olga? Ask pointed questions. Do you feel heard? Are you happy? Scan online forums, Reddit threads, or Google reviews for unvarnished takes. A place dodging this scrutiny hides cracks. One embracing it, like Harmony, shines. Don't let a sales pitch blind you. Let Sam or Vera guide you. Their candid tales cut through the gloss, ensuring your loved ones land where they're valued, not just housed. Old age isn't an end, it's a call to cherish every moment. What if the nursing home you're eyeing isn't the answer you think it is? What if deep down, you know no pristine facility, however safe, luxurious, or caring, can replace the warmth of home, the laughter of family, the sacred bond that only comes from being together? Picture your grandfather's weathered hands, once strong enough to lift you, now trembling as he waits for a visit that never comes. Or your grandmother's eyes, dimming not just from age, but from the ache of missing her children's voices echoing through the house. Choosing a nursing home might feel practical, but what if it's a choice you'll regret when they're gone, when you realize you traded irreplaceable moments for convenience? This isn't just about avoiding a bad facility. It's about rethinking what matters. Yes, places like Harmony House or Safe Haven can offer comfort, but can they replicate the smell of your mother's cooking, the stories your father tells for the 100th time, or the chaos of a family gathering where everyone talks over each other? A 2025 Yale study found that elderly people living with or near family live 20% longer than those in care homes, not because of medicine, but because love fuels their will to keep going. Think of 80-year-old Pierre in France, whose viral TikTok last month showed him dancing with his grandkids at home, joy no institution could bottle. Home isn't just a place. It's the heartbeat of memories you'll cling to when they're no longer here. So, to the children and grandchildren, pause. Look at your parents. Your grandparents really see them. They're not burdens to offload. They're treasures slipping through time's fingers. Visit more. Call more. Bring them into your chaos, not out of it. And to those considering a nursing home for yourselves, demand more from your families. Your voice still matters. Nothing beats the messy, beautiful sanctuary of kin, the late-night talks, the shared tears, the quiet moments that etch themselves into eternity. Don't let regret creep in when it's too late to say, "I should have kept them closer."